mean?
Yeah, I mean the like everything. So
Everything.
not really.
Not quite. So let's say,
Uh-huh.
let's see, let's look at, I'll look at details real quick and see if that conforms to what you're thinking.
I know the word. I mean, I know the meaning of the word.
Okay.
It means the provide details like your personal
Yeah.
information. Yeah.
Yeah. I would like that. Okay. So let's say, somebody asks you, so um, what do you,
What's my
how do
email
you think
address?
you'll be good at this job? And what would you, let's just give me a reply.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So, like your, like,
How about this?
mhm.
What do you want to, um, what do you want to do for a career? How about that?
What do I want for my career?
Yes.
Like a vision for my career,
For a job, or where
for
do
my
you work?
job,
Where do you work and stuff like that?
according to my work. Sorry.
Uh,
There are more details in, uh, like if just like you, if you ask me why I want to have this job, I should say a lot of the things relate to your answer,
yeah. So
right?
let's just say, okay, I want to have this job because
Uh-huh.
it will. Uh, it will progress my career.
Oh,
That's
okay,
not
okay.
great. So let's just say
Uh-huh.
that's not a deep. So now that's a general statement. So now
Uh-huh.
we
Okay,
want to
okay.
provide details of how it's going to progress our career, right? So that
Ah,
would be the
okay.
detail. So we have our general statement
Oh,
here.
okay.
So general
I
statement.
got your idea. Okay.
Good. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. Just as long as you get it, that's good. And so let's just go. Let's go to the next part here. So
Okay.
personalize the responses. What
Uh-huh.
do you have an idea what personalize means?
Yeah. Personalized means
Oh,
just me, not really for the other, or regular people, right? Not the,
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
okay. I mean, personal life means something related to me, and the
Okay.
character or special about me,
Good.
not for
Okay.
regular
Good.
people. I mean,
Yeah. So let's see. Person. And now be more specific. So here's the next part here. Be more
mm-hmm.
specific in the responses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, in their answers. Now, personally, be more specific in their answers. That sounds like more details.
Uh-huh.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just skip that one. I don't know why they did that. So now the next part of a successful job interview, this is going to be a little bit more difficult, is that they
Mm-hmm.
give a better impression of their
Mm-hmm.
expertise to interviewers.
Mm-hmm.
So now, in terms of impression, um, there's a number of different things that work out. One, or do you have any ideas of what a good impression, like giving a good impression to a job interviewer might be?
I think like a good example.
Uh
So,
huh.
like I did before about the position I want to apply,
I'm
right?
sorry. Can you say that again?
I mean, like a good experience I did, and which is
Okay.
related to the position uh, I want.
Beautiful. Now, I think that's a good answer, but we could have it be a bit more specific. So let's say that. Okay. So giving experience related to the position I want. So now, how do we give that impression? And basically, some basic examples of giving a good impression is your language abilities.
Language ability. Okay.
Understanding things.
And
Showing confidence.
confidence. Yeah. Showing confidence.
Okay. So now, okay, so these are some so these are some general characteristics that we're going to be looking for and that we're going to analyze in our transcript. So here are some, this is what we're going to be doing. So, oops, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. So you can see this page, I hope. So here's our first part of what we just read. So giving detailed personal responses and elaboration. So in all, so first you state your goals, and then you give your reasons for your goals in a personalized manner. Now for impression management, this breaks down into a few different categories. First, we have hesitation devices. Do you have any ideas what that might mean?
Hesitation means you have something to worry that really not to make a decision.
So yeah, so there's specific ways of talking that indicate to an interviewer that you're hesitating or you're not sure of yourself or you don't have confidence. So we're going to be looking at some of those. The next one is to use words. Okay. The next one is to use words appropriately. The next one is understand. The next one is okay. Well, yeah. How about I'm sorry. How about if you read this?
Okay. Accurately answer questions.
Okay. Do you understand that? Okay.
The answer. Right answer for that.
Beautiful. Okay. Next one.
Repeat same words and phrases instead of using new words. New ones.
Do we have? Do you have an idea of why that might reflect expertise in language ability?
Yeah, that means you really listen. That it means you pay attention.
It means you pay attention, but it also means that for people who have low language ability, they don't have as much words as people who do. So what happens a lot is because candidates don't have, if a candidate has low language ability, they just keep repeating the same words over and over and over. Whereas successful candidates, they use new words and things like that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and we're going to get it.
To use the new one is easier to express it, right?
Yeah.
New one means show that you have a ability in the language, right?
Exactly. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. I got an idea.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to go through. Now these are transcripts of. If you notice a transcript, so these are this is basically a transcript right here. So we have here's the line 1. This is IR. IR means interviewer.
Oh, interviewer.
Okay. And the interviewee says, "Well, what is your career aspiration in this?" Okay. And then the next line, line 2, we have S1. Now, we'll find out later what S means, but we're just going to say this is candidate 1.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then he says, career aspirations, and then the IR says, what do you aspire to be in 20 years' time? Okay, so now let's do a role play here and read through this, and maybe I'll be the interviewer and you be the candidate. Maybe if you want to just quickly read through this real quick, and then we'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, just read it to yourself, look through it, and then we'll role play it. So I'll give you maybe 30 seconds to read through it.
Okay.